to another episode of Quick Stop Review. Tonight I'm going to take a look at Star Wars Destiny by Fantasy Flight Games. But before I get into my review, let's take a look at the components. Here's a look at Star Wars Destiny. Basically, I've got the board set up as similar to what you would see at the start of a game. You're going to build a deck. Now, this is just the starter deck for Rey, the Rey starter deck. Basically, that comes with a sort of a pre-built deck. It's not actually a legal deck. I think it's only 20 cards, and you really need 30 to play. You can take a look at this right here. You'll see the numbers at the bottom. Those are your squad points. The first number is what it takes to field the card. The second number is to field the card with multiple dice. So they come with one card automatically. I'm sorry, they come with one dice automatically, and then you can pay 3 points to add another dice to fin. Of course, the game only comes with a 1 fin die, so you're just kind of stuck there. And Rey comes with 2. And basically, what you're going to do is you're fighting over a battlefield. Okay, now each of these battlefields have some sort of ability when you claim it. You can do multiple things on your turn, and you got these cards that come with it that explain to you exactly what you can do. You can play a card from your hand, activate a character, resolve your dice, discard a card to reroll your dice, use a card action, claim the battlefield. Once you claim a battlefield, your turn's over. And so basically what you guys will do is you and your opponent are going to switch up taking actions. You're going to draw 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of your deck, and this is one of your actions. You can play one of these cards, and you see they have these resource symbols, and here's your resources. You're going to start the game out. I've got one too many out. You're going to start the game out with 2, and every replenishment phase you're going to get 2 more. And also, you can roll up resources on your die. So, like you'll see here, Rey has 1 energy. And then if that rolls up, it's nothing. This symbol here is, which is cool. You can always reference this card because there's quite a bit of iconography in this game. So, that symbol, it makes you discard a card at random. This is a bonus to hand. It's a +2 bonus. Now, to use that, you have to have another dice that has hand-to-hand on it. So let's say for my first turn, I'm going to activate Rey, and I'm going to roll her dice. So what I got there was 1 energy and then the +1 bonus energy. Now I'm done. That's my turn. It's going to go to the opponent, who's then going to take his turn. But I can come back and I can choose to activate dice. I can play a card from my hand. I can activate Finn. If I have another support character out here, I can activate them. This is the components are pretty good overall. The cards are nice. Nice cards here. They have some good artwork. It's all original artwork. It's not taken or borrowed from anything that I can tell. Once again, a nice Fantasy Flight production. I'm sure these pictures probably show up in other Fantasy Flight games, but I've not played them yet. It comes with some cardboard tokens. You can see the Jango Fett heads here are the shield tokens. You have 2 different kinds of damage tokens. 1s and 3s, and then of course the little squares are resource tokens. To win the game, you have to finish off your opponent's characters. You have multiple ways you can lose the game. Of course, you can lose your characters, which their hit points are right here in the top corner, and both Rey and Finn both have 10 that you have to get through. You could run out of cards. That doesn't mean that if your deck is out, you lose the game. If you have no cards to draw and you have no cards in your hand, the game's over and you've lost. So basically, that's it. The starter box comes with the checklist of all the different cards that are in the first set, with the different rarities listed. It's going to come with the, like I said, the reference card, which is really useful because there is a lot of iconography in the game to get through. So that's basically it for Star Wars Destiny. So let's get back to what I think about the game. Alright, so now that we've taken a look at some of the components, what do I think about this game? Star Wars Destiny is a 2016 release from Fantasy Flight Games. It was announced at Gen Con this past year. I just participated in the pre-release event yesterday. It's a nice little card game with dice. I don't think I would specify it as a dice game. I almost think that more the strategy in the game lies in the cards and the gathering of resources than just rolling dice. The dice are nice. They're big. You know, they're not. You know, when I first saw these at Gen Con, I thought they looked like something you would give your kid to roll around, so they wouldn't swallow a real die. But as I've gotten to look at them and hold them and actually roll them, they are really nice die. The pictures here match the picture on the card that it corresponds with. The game itself, the gameplay is pretty simple. I mean, this is the rules right here. See, that's the rules. That's it. For Fantasy Flight, this is simple. But the actual gameplay, it's pretty fast. It's pretty straightforward. But I have some issues about the game right now. I think it's a good game. It has a low point of entry as far as collectible game goes. It's right up there with maybe Magic, where your starter is going to be about $20 and about $3 for each booster pack. And that's great. The booster packs come with, I think, 5 cards and 1 die, and the die is going to correspond with a card that's in there. So it's not like a random die and 5 random cards. But I guess the issue I have right now is that I didn't feel like in just the starter set there was enough cards in there to get me to play the game again. You know, and I guess that's the point of having a collectible game. You want people to buy more cards and make their decks better. And I did end up buying some additional boosters while I was there. They only allowed a limited amount. I think it was 6 boosters per person, so I did get some extra cards with mine. And I haven't actually built a deck yet because the people I normally play with didn't. So the theme too is good. It's a pretty solid theme. It's your straight up dueling. It's sort of Star Wars dueling fantasy because you know you can match up anybody. You can have Rey and Han, or Rey and Luke, or Finn and whoever. You know, Princess Leia, Princess Amidala, anybody. Qui-Gon Jinn is in this game. General Grievous. A whole bunch of stormtroopers. So it's sort of let's throw everything together and just have them fight because hey, what about Darth Maul versus Rey? How would that match in? And now you have a chance to play it out. The card play is nice. Sometimes I felt like it was too heavy on the resources, especially in the starter deck, because you only get 2 resources a turn, and then you have to roll your dice to gain additional resources during the course of the game. Which, if you're gaining resources, you're not actually damaging your opponent, which that's the whole point of the game, is to damage your opponent and get them out of the game quicker. So, my overall review for this game, it's Star Wars, it's a good theme, I love Star Wars, one of my favorite movie set of all time. I love them all. But the problem with this game right now is the lack of diversity in the decks. Lack of diversity in the cards, because like I said, this isn't going to be released, I think, till the 1st of December. We were only allowed to buy a limited set. And it just, to me right now, it's sort of mediocre. I don't think it's as good as any other collectible card game out there. I think I think the popularity of Star Wars will get people who aren't normally like intense gamers that that are into the developer style games. I think it's going to appeal to a crowd that's not that. And I guess it depends on what stores are also carrying it. I mean, if Walmart carries this, I mean, it's going to blow up because everybody's going to love to play this. And especially now there's a Star Wars movie coming out every year now for the next 500,000 years. So these things combined will start to make the game better. And knowing Fantasy Flight, they're going to have 12 expansions released for this thing before Gen Con next year. So as cards come out, decks get more complex, the game gets better, the gameplay gets better. So I'm kind of holding my judgment until I get some more cards and actually get a lot more games in with decks that are made, you know, just homebrew decks, just like an X-Wing, you know. The base game of X-Wing comes with 2 TIE Fighters and an X-Wing. You can play through the 3 or 4 scenarios that's in there, but if you don't buy anything else, the game just goes on the shelf and you'll never play it again. So that's kind of what I think about Destiny right now. It's got some legs. I don't know how strong they are right now. Hopefully Fantasy Flight doesn't abandon it very quickly, which I don't think they will. This is a pretty strong license for them. But let's get the cards going. Let's get some booster packs bought. Let's get some decks built. And let's see how this game plays in 2 or 3 months from now when everybody has a copy and they're doing a world championship for it in May. So that is my thoughts on I'm not X-Wing. I'm sorry. If we were just talking about X-Wing. Star Wars Destiny. I hope you found it informative. Like I said, I'm kind of lukewarm. I'm kind of mediocre. I'm kind of in the middle here about it. But I think it has potential. But let's see what Fantasy Flight does with it, because I'm not sure Fantasy Flight has any more collectible games. They have living card games, and that's not really the same. So until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.